Hello, I'm Bradley and welcome to my channel. First things first, if you're new here, please subscribe. You don't have to, of course, but it would really help me out and where I'm trying to get my channel to be. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about my favourite men's skincare brand, which is Nivea. The product I want to talk to you about today is Nivea Men's Sensitive Moisturiser. It's instant relief and it's a protection against 5 signs of irritation with calamine. Okay, so it's for men's skin. Okay, so why is it important to look after our skin as men? Okay, so for me, one of the things which really aggravates me, causes me a lot of problems, is this part of my neck area and the face area here through shaving daily. So I shave daily, which gives me, I hate to even see a shadow, to be quite honest with you. I don't like facial hair. I can't do anything with facial hair because it grows through far too thin. It's very, very downy. So I shave daily, sometimes in the evening as well. Now, I don't necessarily need to, but then if I'm going out of an evening or anything like that at all, it's just part of my routine for getting ready. So I really like to look after my skin afterwards. But then, of course, you're coming up against something different because then, after shaving, your skin requires something else. Because for me, my skin actually gets sore and agitated, red, really quite angushy. So by the end of the week, it's quite painful sometimes if I don't use the right product, and it can be quite agitated, and particularly this part, which is where the skin is finer, can be really quite sore. Then, of course, the skincare product you use as a cream to close those pores down, to look after the skin in other areas around the eye area, the brow area, it requires a little bit more of, sometimes a little bit more attention. It can be a whole concoction of different things. For example, for me, where I wear some hair products sometimes, some leave-in conditioning sprays where I'm slicking my hair back over where it's longer now, as you can see, the product sometimes makes its way across my forehead area. Now, that can sometimes leave me a bit of like a residue across my face. It can get not oily, but it can feel as though I've got a product on top of whatever cream or anything I've got on my face. Again, around the eye area, I don't particularly sleep very well at nights, so very often I can be quite dark around here, quite sallow. I wake up extremely early. I start work for just before 6 o'clock. I work from home. I am quite a naturally worried, sort of stressful person, I have to admit. And the past year has been really quite difficult. And my family we've gone through really tough times. We lost my grandmother, so that's been really, really difficult. And I'm struggling with that on a daily basis. So all of these things really tells what you're going through in your skin, to be quite honest with you. So Nivea, for me, I was brought up with Nivea, and you think a brand you associate with your family, don't you? Now, I'm very, very close to my parents. I'm very, very close to my nan, who I sadly lost. And throughout my brothers and throughout my whole family, Nivea is a brand which is well known, and it's always been in my family home. Staying with my nan when I was much younger, my nan used to use the traditional blue container of Nivea throughout her whole life. We lost my nan at 95, and her skin was absolutely flawless. My father, throughout his shaving routines, always Nivea. My mum, always Nivea. Has incredible skin, incredible complexion. My brothers all throughout shaving. So it's a well-known brand within my family, and it's a brand I absolutely love. Sometimes for me, the Nivea Men can be a bit rich. It can be a little bit too much for my skin. I do use it sometimes, but then I know when it's starting to become too much, because my skin halfway throughout the day I can feel a little bit of a residue, and sometimes if I see too much of a shine, I don't necessarily like that. I like my skin to look matte. I like my skin to look fresh throughout the day. If you're working right up until 4, 5 o'clock and you've started it maybe 7, 6 in the morning, I need to look on point for video calls and things, for meetings, one thing or another. I work in finance, so I have to look confident and I think confidence comes from not how you're dressed or anything like that at all. Of course it does, but you have to look ready, you have to look on point throughout your skin, and of course that's where you get your confidence from. When you're on video calls, it's the first thing people see. So for me, it's really, really important to get it right. So what do I like about this product? Well, it soothes my skin. Number one, that's the biggest thing about this product. I'm showing you it in a box here because to review it, I always kept it in here, but I am literally just running out now. But it comes in here, comes in a really nice box, okay, and it tells you about the products. It's a sensitive moisturizer, sensitive or irritated skin, which I get all the time. Get instant all-day relief from Nivea Men, fighting the 5 signs of irritation. What do you get? The 0% alcohol soothing formula with calamine and vitamin E provides instant relief from 5 signs of skin irritation: burning, redness, dryness, tightness, and itchiness. The light cream of witch hazel moisturizes skin for 24 hours. Now, witch hazel, I remember seeing that in my nan's cupboard when I used to stay with her when I was young. And you can use that to soothe sort of cuts, grazes, like skin where you may, say for example, if you were to fall over and you were to graze your hands type thing, that would be where witch hazel would come in amazingly. It's great for cleansing skin as well and taking the impurities away, looking after the skin, fights infections, so really looks after the skin, particularly if you've got a little bit of oily skin or if you've got agitated skin, very much like what it's saying on the product here. Witch hazel is a great product you'll find in a lot of sort of soothing lotions for men's and women's skincare. So I really, really like that. It's fast absorbing, which is another thing. I love using Nivea products on my skin, but if I sometimes use it and it sits around on my skin, I really don't like that at all. I don't like, gee, I've applied a product at 6 o'clock in the morning and then by 11 o'clock it's still there and you can feel it on your skin. Don't want that, thank you very much. You get a shine. Just not for men's skincare. It might be suitable for some people, but not for me. Nighttime, different story. Of course, moisture looks after the skin, and yeah, that's great. Not all the time, but it's great to have that there because it really does give that deep nourishment to the skin and keeps you healthy and looks after your skin for you. But in the daytime, I find that after shaving this is perfect because it closes everything down, it soothes everything, it fights the itchiness, it fights redness, it fights soreness, and that just goes, to be quite honest with you. Then for about a couple of minutes later, you can feel that it's soothed, it's looked after, and comfortable. There is nothing worse, particularly when you have just shaven, or you've got dry skin, or you're out in the cold, we're in the middle of winter, so you've got the elements of central heating, you've got rain, you've got wind, you've got all those things going on, in and out of hot and cold rooms. Your skin can sometimes feel like it's just about to crack, where it's really, really tight, around the eyes, around the mouth area. So for me, this calms all of that down, and it looks after the skin amazingly. You don't need to use loads. I don't use loads, just a small amount all over my skin, neck area, all the way across my face, and then I actually go to the nape of my neck as well, because this gets quite dry for me. Different shampoos and things can sometimes, not all the time, sometimes can make the nape of my neck a little bit dry and agitated. This calms all of that down, so it's really, really great. Now, in terms of cost, this is very, very small in cost. So it's on offer at the moment in Boots here in the UK where I buy it from, and that's £3.50. Sometimes it does go up to about £5. I've seen it for a little bit more than that, but do you know what? It's so worth it. And I've been using this. This is 75 mils, and I've been using this for quite a few weeks now, so it does last and last and last. It is quite rich when you put it into your hands. I always apply it on my hands first of all, lather it in your hands, and then all over my face, onto freshly cleansed skin. And I actually use the Nivea Sensitive Face Wash, and that just starts everything off really, really nicely as well. Really soothed, really calm. And this just finishes the whole routine off, really. So it's really, really nice for you then to start your day. So it's got here, result, skin feels comfortable and smooth. Yes, it absolutely does. Skin looks healthy and cared for. Okay, so I know I've got lighting in front of me, but I'm quite sort of pleased with my complexion rather, through shaving. I mean, I shave every day, and my twin brother, who goes at me quite a bit sometimes through shaving, because he can always sort of see when I've gone too far. And sometimes when I haven't used this type of product, I get like a bit of a red strip here, a bit of a sort of an agitation you can almost see, and he'll be the first to point that out. For me, I really like the way that it looks after all around the skin area. If I've been up quite a lot throughout the night, if I've not been particularly too well, which having sort of long-term conditions of my hearing imbalance, that's very, very often for me. This looks after the whole eye area. It really makes you feel really quite revitalized. Your skin area looks really fresh, really energized. Brow area, you may have noticed that I do frown quite a bit. It looks after that area there. It keeps all of those sort of factors at bay. My skin, I'm really, really happy with. So this product I would absolutely ultimately recommend, and it's a really, really great product. As I say, Nivea is a huge, huge product brand in my family, and it means such a lot, actually. These products may just be a product to some people, but for me, it's almost like your family heritage, your family choices. And I look at, as soon as I see the word Nivea, it makes me smile, it makes me think of my nan. So I really, really love that. And for me, it's just an all-round great product. So I think that's a really nice way of finishing, to being quite honest with you. It is a readily available product. Just something I want to pick up on here. The packaging says 0% alcohol. I don't think you can see that because of the lighting. Now, a product which may have alcohol in it on the ingredients can sometimes leave the skin feeling, even though it's a moisturizer, can actually leave the skin feeling a little bit dry when it dries into the skin. It can even sort of agitate the skin a little bit as well. And if you're sensitive to that, it can bring you out quite red. That does happen to me sometimes when I'm exploring and I'm trying out different moisturizers. And I have noticed that with one which will be coming up for a review quite soon. But we will go through that then. So that's what that's all about as well. Calamine is in a lot of skincare products and in hair care products, which is designed for soothing the skin. If it's in a hair product, it's designed to soothe the scalp. So really great product there. Lots of great ingredients in there and just an all-round amazing product. So I really, really recommend if you're a man sat there watching this and you think, yeah, I've got the same problem around the shaving area on my face. It's perhaps a little bit sort of, I can't find a product what's light enough for using throughout the day, or perhaps it's a little bit heavy, then absolutely try this one. Men's skincare, I think, has to be simple. It has to be effective, and you want it to work quick. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be waiting for skincare products to dry, whether you use it on your hands or whatever. And I do use this on my hands. I get incredibly dry hands, especially throughout the winter. With all hand washing and things a lot more throughout the COVID pandemic we're living through at the moment. So yeah, great. Anything I have left from using on my face, I always rub through my hands, and it looks after my skin amazingly well. So I certainly wholeheartedly recommend that. Thank you very much for being here with me. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you, and thanks very much for being here. Bye for now.